Is Acton Academy a microschool? So the easy answer to this, which if you watch any of my videos, you know there's not an easy answer, and I'm not going to, even if it is easy, I'm going to make it complicated, is yes, Acton could be considered in the category of microschools. It's a small, independent learning institution that typically offers a low student-teacher ratio, personalized learning or instruction, and some customization. So I'll just run down this list of kind of what institutes a microschool, and then I'll talk about how Acton differs from other microschools. All right, small class sizes, personalized learning, flexible structure, diverse approaches, and potentially a support for homeschooling options. So while some of those are true, we as an Acton would not say, yes, we're a microschool without qualifications. So microschools, most of them, even they will have some unique approach. Small is part of a microschool, but most of them will have a unique approach or focus, and teachers that help meet that focus. If you've been watching or know much about Acton, you know that we don't have teachers. So while we might qualify as a microschool, we are a learner-driven environment, which means we don't check all the boxes of a microschool because we don't have teachers and we don't do classes the same way. We do resonate with the idea of a one-room schoolhouse, which is also often associated with microschools. It's like a modern one-room schoolhouse where there's learners of different ages mixed together, and more of a collaborative learning opportunity than a large traditional setting. But there are some things that make us unique that not all other microschools would have, but some might have elements of it, and we have some elements that they do and some that we don't. So obviously, if you're looking into schools, knowing if the school you're going to or not is a microschool, it may only help you to know the size and potentially the student to teacher ratio, which we don't even calculate at Acton because we do it so differently. So we are learner driven. That means that we don't have teachers, we have guides, and our goal is that the learners take on the responsibility of driving their own learning. That also means that they get to have a lot of real leadership opportunities. They get to set up a lot of the rules and regulations that they uphold themselves and each other to as a learning studio, as a community. And it also means that they're able to work at their own pace. They don't have to stay with a class per se, that in most subjects they're able to go further faster, or if they need a little more time in a different topic, it doesn't mean that they can't be involved with peers their age or in their age range because they need some to slow down or go back in a subject. So those are key points about an Acton Academy that may not always be true for other microschools. Another important thing is our Socratic discussions. This way of having shouldn't say open-ended, but a discussion to develop critical thinking, communication skills. The discussion doesn't have a right or wrong answer. So a simple example is for a very young studio, the question might be, which is better, cats or dogs? There's not a right answer, there's not a wrong answer, but you formulate an opinion and share it. And as you do that, in fact, we'll split the room. The cat people go over here, the dog people go over here. And as we do that, they begin to formulate their own opinions. You can't be in the middle. You can't say both. They speak their opinion. Others can move over. Oh, yes, I like that animal better. Oh, wait, no, this. And they agree and go back and forth. So many skills are developed in that. And that is one of the key elements of an Acton Academy that other microschools may not embody, and yet some may. So, and real world projects, I think a lot of microschools are good at this and getting better, probably, that because they're small, they're able to take on some different kind of collaborative learning projects. Small schools can often provide learning opportunities that are not available to large schools, field trips, are easier, schedule changes are easier. There's some flexibility of having a small community that you're able to kind of shift a little bit more easily than you are with a larger system, which makes sense. The other thing I was going to mention, our campuses will probably only grow to about 230, 250 K through 12 ever. So that's about the range of what most microschools are. They would still be a microschool within that range, although typically they're much smaller. Often they're much smaller, but having that many students K-12 would probably still keep you in the category of being a microschool. And for now we are. We're kind of recognized as an early pioneer in the microschool space, but because of our very different learning model, distinctly different learning model, we're kind of also like our own little shoot off. So it's like a yes and no, like everything else. But thank you for asking. If you are looking for a small school, a tight-knit community of parents that are interested in helping their children grow in confidence and character and real world skills, that's what we're focused on here at Acton. And if you think a microschool might be for you and those other things I described, then please set up a tour if you haven't done that already, or a visit day for your child so they can actually come and experience the studio and meet their peers and see if this education revolution is a match for your family.